What's going on, guys? So today we're going to continue on the rocker panel. I did want to fix a certain place here on the rocker panel. See if I can show you. This part seems to be a little bit uneven. I think I had mentioned before that it didn't look as bad. I was looking at it at the time and it seemed kind of off. So I'm going to show you right now what I think it should look like and what it's looking like. So I'm going to show you right here. If you can see, look at that bend. You can see that bend like goes straight down and then straight flat that way. Now look at this one. This one does not go straight down, and it goes, you know, like you can see it's a little bit bent in the bottom. Now obviously it's from me cutting it, but even when I was before I cut it, it looked off. So what I'm gonna do now, and you're gonna see me go through this process, is I'm gonna put a stud puller here, and especially because it's not lining up with the front of my fender, so I'm gonna pull it out to line it up exactly where it's supposed to go, and we should be good there. I do think it did have a little bit of an impact when they hit this area right here, which is closest to this side, would make sense. It probably pulled it in a little bit. So if I pull it out, because it's not much, but it's enough. So if I pull it out a little bit, we should be good. Now what I'm going to also do in this video, you can see all the spot welds. Well, I'm going to mark all those spot welds with tape or something. Put the body panel, mark the body panel, and then I'm going to go ahead and drill the holes that I need so they can be perfectly where they used to be. So I'm going to go ahead and start on that. So I just finished hitting this with some Steelit. That's usually what I use for this weld through primer, pretty much, just to be able to weld through. And the front you're not really worried about, but it's just the back that you're gonna put on, and make sure you get every single little exposed metal, just so it doesn't rust up over time. That's with the inner of the rocker panel and the outer. I mean the inner of the other rocker panel that sits where this is gonna sit on. But I'm gonna get every single angle just to make sure I get everything. And right now, so Steelit finished up, and I don't have any more, and they don't sell it locally where I live, but they do sell this, and it's almost the same thing, maybe a little bit not as good, I would say, but I can't confirm that. I have used it before. I think it works fine. I have welded on it, and it welds, you know, just like the Steelit. This one's $14, a lot cheaper. The other one's 30 some, just depending where you buy it. This one I got it at my local AutoZone. It seems to be the only place that has it. And you can see right there, 316L stainless steel finish with actual 316L. That's what you wanna read up and find, that it says it actually has it in the paint. And then it even says they're perfect for protecting paint, metal, and touching up welds. So you can weld over this. So this might be like a darker finish. So let me go ahead and paint that and I'll show you. In case you're wondering what my weld settings are gonna be, these are gonna be it. I have the wire speed at 123 and then the volts at 13.8. I also have it, let me go back, diameter at 0.25. That is what I'm using, I'm sure. Yes, so I'm using 0.25 and I put this at 24 gauge. This is the pretty much highest setting I can go for that. I don't want to go any lower, no 18 gauge or 16 gauge or anything. I want to keep it nice and cool because we are having, and then it's going to be 75% argon, 25 CO2. So I just finished grinding down the whole rocker panel down. I did not show that because, like, let's face it, it's kind of boring. And you already seen enough time lapse. I don't want to bore you with just grinding this stuff down, but I will show you what tools I used and kind of like what's my next step after all this. And so let me go ahead and show you. This is the finished product. Everything is smooth to the touch. So as you can see, and it's all the way down here, like all that bottom part. I still haven't grinded down those spot welds. Still need to do those, but that's probably like the last part I need to do. Obviously I need to put Bondo, so when the day I paint the car, or you know, when I am gonna start that process, I will do a video of me putting Bondo on all this. I kind of want to finish every single part that I need to fix on this car before I even go there. So I'll leave it like this for now. The tools I used are an angle grinder. So as you can see, this is the angle grinder I use, and this is the disc I used. This disc is amazing. Do not use the flat ones that are just like a 80 grit that looks just like sandpaper, because those are not like angled like this one. You see how this one's angled, and it's perfect just to get like to these right here, and you can you know, weld up and down, and it's just perfect. Another tool, which is probably the best tool, is this belt grinder. This is probably the best tool you can get for all this. It's cheap. I got both these tools from Harbor Freight, probably under 60 bucks or 50 bucks. And I've been using it for months, no problems. But these are perfect for these corners right here. As you can see, they're really hard to get to. And for the spot welds. It's so tiny that you can just get in there. The grits I used. So for this one, they sell at Harbor Freight the belt set, but it only brings 3 grits, which is the perfect grits. If you're gonna use the grits, keep 60, 80, and 120. but it only brings 5, and you go buy these so quick. Like, you will not have enough to, you know, grind all this down. Like, you need at least a good 10 belts, because they either break or they just run out. So on Amazon they sell them for around $20 for a 48 pack, and this is just a 5-pack, and it's $5. So you're gonna waste more money buying these than in the 48 pack. So I recommend doing that if you can find it, and it brings more grits, so that's also pretty helpful if you need like different size grits. But yeah, this is the finished product. Came out pretty well, I would think. The reason why I did not do the whole rocker panel, by the way, I think I explained this earlier as well, is this is all one thing. It's just more work, and it goes all the way like up to here. And then this back panel, if you did want to do this, you're gonna have to put like a flat and just hammer, like slowly, like hammer this out so it doesn't damage it. And then of course take out these spot welds that are up here, and then over here, down here, and then on this right here. So it's a lot of work, so because the panel goes under. So right here is where the line where it comes off, and then the panel, rocker panel, goes under. So it's just a lot of work, and I didn't have to because it's not damaged. If it is damaged, but it's nothing crazy, like nothing that is really recognizable. But all this is done. It does have some pin needles again, so I'm gonna have to weld and grind all that down. But all in all, finished product. Of course, I put the door on before I did anything with the panel on, just to make sure everything aligns. So make sure to do that. Do not forget that process, because if not, you're gonna put this whole panel on and it is not gonna be aligned. So just remember that. It does have a couple of indications here of where the panel goes, like just in case. Like, you see, I don't know if you see, okay, so you see these little indentations right here. Hold on. You see those little indentations? Well, when they painted the car from factory, like, you'll see the paint and the gaps. And then right here is a good mark. This mark, there's one like this in the other panel in the back. So also you'll see that, and you can line it up pretty perfect there. They also use drills to kind of go through this. Do not use drills. If you can avoid them, that'd be great, because sometimes you can get past to the next, like the body panel in the back, and you kind of need a clean surface to put this panel on and weld. So you kind of don't want to hurt or affect the back panel. But that's all the tips I can give you. It is kind of intimidating, but again, you just gotta start doing it, and you'll see that it's fairly easy, that it's just a body panel. It doesn't matter when you're taking it off because it's already damaged, right? So, you know, just try your best to minimize affecting the areas that you're not gonna cut or remove, which is these back panels in the bottom two, this, you know, because I didn't remove it, and this. Try to keep those as clean as possible. But there it is, just Bondo one of these days. And at the end, of course, of everything, when I paint the car, I'll show you how, we'll come back to this and show you how it all came out.